Hey kids, it's Miss Jerica. I hope you had a great week. Today we're going to be learning about the Forgiving King. In your bags this week, you have your lesson, your craft instructions, your coloring sheet, the crown that you're going to trace out onto this construction paper, and another piece of construction paper for the strip of paper you're going to use for your crown. We also have stickers and crosses and flowers, and you also have an initial in your bag to go on your crown just for you. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our lesson. So today's lesson is the Forgiving King. I have a cartoon video linked for you in the description that you can watch after the lesson. Today's key passage is Matthew 18:21 through 35. You are going to read Matthew 18:21 through 27 with your kids, and then we will read Matthew 18:28 through 35 all together in this video. Now that you've read 21 through 27, we're going to read 28 through 35 all together. But then that servant went out and found one of the other servants who owed him 100 silver coins. He grabbed him and began to choke him. "Pay back what you owe me," he said. The other servant fell on his knees. "Give me time," he begged him. "I'll pay it back." But the first servant refused. Instead, he went and had the man thrown into prison. The man would be held there until he could pay back what he owed. The other servants saw what had happened and were very angry. They went and told their master everything that had happened. Then the master called the first servant in. "You evil servant," he said. "I forgave all that you owed me because you begged me to. Shouldn't you have had mercy on the other servant just as I had mercy on you?" In anger, his master handed him over to the jailers. He would be punished until he paid back everything he owed. This is how my Father in heaven will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother or sister from your heart. Now that we've read our key passage, we're going to read our memory verses for this week. Our first memory verse is Matthew 18:22. Jesus answered, "I tell you, you must forgive him more than 7 times. You must forgive him even if he does wrong to you, 70 times 7. The next memory verse is Colossians 3:13. Do not be angry with each other, but forgive each other. If someone does something wrong to you, then forgive him. Forgive each other because the Lord forgave you. Our lesson summary today is, forgive others like Jesus forgives you. Peter had a very good question. How many times should we forgive people who do us wrong? Jesus answered him and said, you must always forgive. Just like in the parable, Jesus forgave us from all of our sins. He had mercy on us. If we aren't forgiving to others like Jesus was to us, then we aren't doing the right thing according to God. We are supposed to show God's love by doing as Jesus did. He forgave, so we should always forgive others too. Next is our invitation. What would be better than to lead your own kids to Christ? Ask them if they would like to get saved. Please don't hesitate to call me, Brother Jeff, or Miss Paula. We can talk you through it if you want us to. However, if you don't want to call anyone, there's an ABCs of Salvation video on our YouTube channel. It gives you the knowledge and materials you need to lead your kids to salvation. Your child's soul is very important. Jesus came and died to rise again to give you and your children a chance to spend eternity in heaven instead of hell. All you have to do is accept. It's as simple as ABC. Now that we've done our lesson, we're going to get started on our craft. This is our craft today. We're making a crown like the Forgiving King wore. When you put it on your head, it should remind you to act like Jesus and to always be forgiving. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of paper and you're going to cut out the crown. Once you cut out your crown, you're going to take the piece of construction paper you want and you're going to trace it on the construction paper. Once you trace your crown on the construction paper, you're going to cut your trace out. Once you cut out your crown that you traced, you're going to use the stickers in your bag, crayons, and whatever else you can grab to decorate your crown. Once you get done decorating, you're going to pick a memory verse from the memory verse list, and you're going to write it on one of the sides of your crown. Once you've written one memory verse on one side, you can either write the other memory verse on this side, or you can write the Forgiving King on this side. Once you do that, you can decorate it more if you want to, or you can go ahead and move to the next step. So this next step, you might need your parents' help. You're going to cut out 2 strips of construction paper from this end to this end. One, two. Now it's your turn. Once you have cut out your 2 strips, you're going to take your glue and glue a piece of them to each side of your crown, and it's going to look like this. Once your crown looks like this, you're going to ask your parents for help. You take your crown and you put it around your head like this, and you measure it to see how tight it needs to be. So once you've measured it, you're going to take it off your head and you're going to glue the strips in the back to the correct length for your kid's head. So this is what it should look like once you've measured. You put your glue on one side, you take your strip and you stick it on like this at whatever length you decided was the best. And once you do this, you are done with your craft. You can put it on and enjoy it for the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.